Good afternoon, guys. I've been working on my dad's rider. I'm not going to do a video of a teardown. How to take these heads off. It's pretty simple for you guys. The problem I'm having is the head gasket on the left side of this Composed Twin. I don't have the panel right now with me. It's 18 horse Composed Twin. Verticals up and down. Looks like that motor, but it looks like this motor. So that's an 18 horse Composed Twin horizontal, and then you got it vertical. The head gasket's been bad for about 4 years. It wasn't to the point where it had to be replaced. It was just leaking pretty good. It was leaking oil and gas out. You know, I had a little misfire in the motor, but trying to think. Friday's when I took it down. Thursday I took it down. So it was a week ago, over a week ago. We mowed our yard. Our grass, no kidding, was up above this rider in certain spots. I mean, you're looking at 3 foot. If anybody knows these workhorses, how tall they are, they stand pretty tall. And, well, make a long story short, we blew the head gasket finally. And here's what it looks like. You can see where she's been leaking. Blew right down here. You can see it. It blew pretty good. It's been leaking right in this area, but it finally blew here where when the motor was idling, you could hear it hissing. And you guys probably could see right where it was been leaking at. And it just finally just complete blew at the bottom. Where it was more noticeable right in here. So, and this also shows you a sign that this motor hasn't been running correctly. You guys saying, well, that's normal. Well, not really. Here's what a good known cylinder looks like. This running good, less carbon buildup. This is a known good side. But if you're doing one, you might as well do the other head. So that's a known good side that didn't have a blown head gasket. It's leaking a little bit, but it wasn't nothing too serious. You know, let's tell how the head was burning. The head was burning beautiful. Now we look at this head. This head ain't burning beautiful, nor is the cylinders, the valves I mean. So, if anybody is ever in Indiana, that lives in Indiana, that watches my videos, that's close to Hudson in Indiana, go to McKee's Garage. These guys are really nice, really gentle. They'll get you what you need. They usually have everything in stock, except for the one problem I have is this is a common problem for Briggs to blow their head gaskets. There is 2 heads gaskets. You guys probably can see it now, what the difference is. See how that's a thinner gasket, that's a thicker. It's known to blow this gasket. I'm surprised the one behind me hasn't blown this one yet. But these are genuine Briggs parts. They're OEM. There's your cylinder head gasket part number 1 of cylinder, I believe 2 or 1. I think this is 2 or 1 cylinder. And that's the part number. So, and here's the other part number. So yeah, if you got a Composed Twin, you're going to have both of these head gaskets. And another thing is, do not just hand tighten these head bolts. Get an inch-pound torque wrench. Do it correctly. I have one sitting over here. It's kind of big for what I need, but it will get the job done. It's kind of buried because I really never ever use an inch-pounds anymore. This is a angle torque wrench. Sorry guys. This is Eastwood 3/8 torqued angle wrench. I bought this for my car, and I have never used it since then. So this thing can do inch-pounds, foot-pounds, only up to 100 foot-pounds of torque. But that's good enough because I got a half-inch drive if I need to go over 100. Another thing you guys might want is a service manual. I'll let you guys see this. If you guys want to pause it, this tells you everything to do. Some models have 3 long head bolts. They're talking about that right there, right by your spark plug. You guys are wondering what they're talking about by spark plug. Let me see if I got the right head. Okay, we got, see how this is saying these 3? They're talking about these 3 bolts. On this motor, all 3 of mine are the same. All of these bolts are the same on mine. So, and you can also tell it's been leaking pretty good there. But yeah, you guys can see what we got here. They're saying you assemble this head gasket, blah blah blah, with a new head gasket. Apply valve guide lubrication, which I don't have. I've never used it before, so I don't think it's going to hurt anything on this. Do not use sealer of any kind. Torque your head bolts to 40 inch-pounds or 5 Newton-meter increments until it hits 160 inch-pounds. And blah blah blah. This is your torque sequence for these motors. This is for all composed twins. There's nothing different on a twin cylinder composed twin. So you guys can see it. That is cylinder head gasket 2, which is the one that blew. So, and then cylinder head 1 would be the one without the extra piece right there. So it'll be a thinner gasket, and that's your torque sequence. So basically both torque sequence almost identical. So another thing is I had a head bolt right here. I tweaked it. I bent the bolt pretty good. Right here, you guys can probably see the little warped. Do not use these. Do not use it if you have a torqued head bolt's warped or something. So the problem is, you guys can see, I had to heat that sucker up to get it out. If it does not come out willingly, and it's like you have to put a lot of force, stop. Go get heat. You guys can go to your local hardware store. They carry these butane aromatics, oxygen, and map gas. Heat that sucker up. And when you guys doing it, I have a piece of tin sitting right over here that I used as a heat shield. Because there's a gas line right here. And there's a carburetor sits right there. So when you're heating this, make sure you have some kind of heat shield. And heat that freaking threads up to get that head bolt out. Because if you break that, you're screwed. There's no turning back. You're done. Absolutely done. There's no drill in it. There's no drill in it. There's no putting a helicoil in it. There's nothing. You're done. Throw the block away. Because 90% of the time, these there's a through and through passage. Like right there where my finger's at. Those passages are only designed for that big of a hole. You drill them out, you're going to end up having a big problem. You might pop through the hole. So, do not break these head bolts. Heat them up if you have to get them out. Another thing you guys might want to I have this old extra fine brittle pad. I cannot find these no more. If you guys could let me know where I can get these at, it would be really nice. But what I found at my local store was a non-line wheel brush. It's the medium fine. Well, it's a little rougher than this. This is extra fine. But I cannot find these no more. So, And this is nylon too. Well, it's actually like a plastic rubber is what it is. But yeah, you want to clean that. And I also got, thanks to my local Walmart, that freaking garbage bag. You have to have an ID to buy everything. We have part cleaner, engine degreaser, carburetor cleaner, and I also picked up some of this. They're advertising strong brake formula, strongest brake formula. So this is just a low viscosity formula. I'm gonna try any of these to try to help degrease this engine. This be a last resort because I know this degreaser works. So we're gonna try these two cheaps first. If they don't work, whip out the big boy. If she don't do, grab the engine degreaser. But I got a lot of cleaning to do on all this equipment. And don't get anything heavy, bristle. So find something really light. So something like this, a little too rough. If you can't rub your finger across it without hurting you, it's too rough. This one's a little rough, but this be good if I have anything hard to scrape. So there's the project now. I'm not going to do the cleaning of this project. I'll do a video of me installing these heads, gaskets, and head to show you what it should be. So I'll be back. Alright guys, we're back. I want to give you guys some secrets and tips. Alright, I just got done cleaning both cylinder heads. Here's a little trick for you guys. See this engine degreaser? I have some brake cleaner and carb cleaner. There's some brake cleaner up there, carb cleaner sitting over there. Alright, carb clean it first. Get and use a hand brush to clean what you can on this. So you just scrape it with a hand brush, get what you want, brake clean it. You know, do all the steps here, okay? Now when you're doing these valves, around these valve seats, spray some carb clean, open up the valve like it is right now, spray some carb clean, take a small little brush, brush around them, take the carbon off. 90% of the motors I have worked on at a garage, that's how we take care of this misfire. Like it runs rough, blown blue, that's how we take care of them. I'm not supposed to say that, but I don't work for this company no more and the company ain't around no more. So, that's the tip for you guys. So you guys have that little idea now. If you're smoking blue, yes, smoking blue, you guys might think it's a ring. Sometimes it is, sometimes it calls from a valve not seating. This is, most of the time, sometimes it's from a valve not seating. So clean around these valves, and then take your motor, spin it to where it closes. Then take your hand when the valves close, take your thumb and spin it. I don't have that valve seat all the way down. You fill it. If you get it too far, like now, I can't spin it. But you back up that piston just a little bit. You fill it. Spin the valve. Make sure it's clean. And then reopen up your valve. Reopen the valve. Clean it again. Use some more carb cleaner. Clean it again. Once you get it, spray some heavy brake cleaner in here. And then close the valve really quick. Spray it, close it quickly. Do it for both valves. Let it crap sit. Open it up, spray it out with carb cleaner. Do it again. Spray it out with carb cleaner again. Don't use any more brake cleaner. And that would clean that all up. Get all that carbon off for you. That's just a little tip for you guys. Then get your both valves closed, like I have now. Piston up. Take some engine degreaser and spray it down. Spray this head down. That way there it gets all the cleaner that you used off from it. And then just take it, once you get that, let it, like, you know, quit foaming. Spray it down with some carb clean, wipe it off with a clean paper towel, and now you got a clean surface to mate to. And if you notice right here, I got a bad piston. but we're just going to run with what we got. The same thing I did on these heads. Right now I got soaking. Got these valves, these heads look pretty nice. This one's caused from running with a bad gasket, but I ain't worried about that. But yeah, both banks are done like that. Just a little tip for you guys. So yeah, that's how the garages take care of your misfire, because of your valves are not seating all the way. A lot of people think it's the valve adjustment. There's no valve adjustment on these flatheads. There's clearance, but 90% of the time it's caused from your carbon buildup behind your seat. Now, once you do that and it's still not running right, it's smoking blue. Blue can also be caused from being too much fuel. It can't be, it could be your rings are bad, could be because your carburetor's throwing too much fuel, could also be because your valves ain't seating right. If you're getting a valve popping, that's dealing with more than just a valve carbon. Valve popping is caused from your valves not open all the way, or your valves are staying open too long. Now then you're going to have to go in and check your valve clearance. Now this motor is a prick, because you got to take off your exhaust, your intake, and right there where my finger point at is where the valve sheet's at to get into your valve. Then you take, like, I think it's a 5 or 6 mil, check your intake and exhaust. I think intake 6, exhaust is 7 millimeter or thousandths, 6 or 7 thousandths I meant. And then you're gonna have to check that. And if you don't have that, then you're gonna have to go in and do your valve seating, which you're gonna have to pull these valves out, grind your valves, grind down the valve stem by 1,000. Just about, yeah, I'd say about 1,000 for right now. Then put your valve in and reseat your valve, grind it, make sure it's in all the way, check your clearance until you get that special clearance, and then you guys are good to go there. But in this case, like, this motor's in good running condition. I heard no valve popping, it's blowing blue, it makes your eyes tear. That's because it's got a worn ring on that cylinder over there. The ring's wore out on that side. But it also dealt with the head gasket being blown and the valve's not seating all the way. And now we're good to go here. Both valves are done. And if you notice, both valves, you guys are saying, well, you got valve play on this side. You know why? Because it's the cylinder 2. Cylinder 2 valves don't close. Cylinder 1 over there is closed. But if I turn this motor all the way around a complete revolution, now both valves are seated. And if you look over here, your valves are open. So if we spin this motor backwards, now you guys see the valves are open and the valves are closed. Just because you think the valve's open don't mean that you got a valve issue. Check, because these are weird looking. But, and another quick tip for you guys. Take some carb cleaner, this wire, this fine bristle I got, spray carb cleaner on your head here, and run this while you spray it, get wet, and run it like a wet clean. Now that makes it shinier. So you just want to spray, say if you want to clean the valve, spray it, then spray your valve and run it. You never want it dry. So there's a couple quick tips for you guys. A lot of garages don't want you guys to know that, but you know what? I'm here to help you guys. So remember that quick tip in the future. If you guys are ever doing this, pass this video on to people and let them know about that quick tip you guys just learned. So I got to get these heads finished cleaned up, and then we're going to be going torquing. I got to find, got the spare motor over here, I got to find the head bolts off from here, because I need one on this engine. So we'll be back when I get that project done. See ya. Alright guys, got the Eastwood torque wrenches, part number 13619 by Eastwood's 3/4. These bolts are a 1/2 inch, and I got it set at 160 inch-pound. Won't do it at 40, but there's a little trick to this I know that's pretty cool. So let me set you guys up. This is the sequence cylinder head 1. Cylinder head 2 is the one I'm working on. So it'll be that torque sequence right there. So let me see if I can get you guys set up so you guys see me do this part. So the first bolt that I'm going to start is by the plug right here. Now all these bolts are just hand tightening. See, I can take my socket and just twist it off. That's all you guys need to do. Now we'll start with cylinder head bolt 1. I'm going to just go and right there is like 40. So that's 1. So, and then we got to go 1, 2, which is all the way back here. Okay, so there's 2. 3 is down here. Okay, there's 3. 4 is up here. Okay. 5. Okay, 5. 6. Okay, 6. 7. Alright, now we'll start again with 1 again. Okay, it's 1. It's 2. It's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And start over again. Three, 4, 5, 6. basically all you need to do, guys. Just keep on going through and just keep on tightening them. I wish I had a regular inch-pound torque wrench. But what I got's what I got. So now we're getting to the cream of the crop. So let's start all over again. There's 130. It's 132. 3. 4. 5. 6. 'Kay. Start with 1 again. Okay, she's torqued there. 1. 'Kay, and then just go back through and make sure you have them all tight, guys. Alright guys, there's that torque. Well, that cylinder's done. Yep, just got to pull out my junk spark plug, put in the good one. One thing to know, guys, make sure you clean your bolts before you put them back in. But yep, that jug's all seated in, so we're good there. I'll work on the next one later. Catch you guys. I'll do that one off camera and we'll be back when I fire her up. Alright, see ya. Alright guys, got both heads put in, swap the plugs back out. Back to my E3s. By the way, I like these plugs. They're burning less fuel, and they're also nice in high grass. They don't stall engine out too much. But let's pull the choke, throttle down, and let's see what she does. Let me give you guys a good spot where I don't have to hold the freaking camera. Alright, cross the fingers, hope to God it works. You smell the cleaner. Doing a preheat, now re-torque them. Check, warm the heads up, then re-torque them. Well, I was saying now, since I got warmed up now, I want to check the torque on her. And what you guys were hearing was the carburetor acting up on her. I just want to check a few bolts, you know. Just nothing. Man, we're pretty much golden. Let her heat up. Check them when I just check one bolt. That one bolt looks good. Let it cool completely off now. Recheck it. Another thing you guys might want to do while you're in here. Take some sandpaper, clean that up while you're in here and recap this. So, I'll be back when this motor cools off and show you what the outcome is. See ya.